Learning history through some great storytelling. Glenn Slatz is here from the Brown County Library with some great books that showcase some history that you might not have learned in school. I love this idea. Good morning, Glenn.
Good morning, Rachel.
I like reading about historical events that read like fiction.
Okay, okay.
Would you say some of these fit
yes,
that
some
bill?
of them do. Some of them, especially The Boys in the Boat. That one is a breathtaker. It really is. It really is.
Well, let's get to the first one, Girls of Atomic City. These women were going to a place that wasn't even on the map.
Yes, and they didn't know where they were going, and they didn't know what they were doing, and they couldn't tell anybody about it.
Okay.
And that's it. They got on a bus, and away they went to what ended up being Oak Ridge, Tennessee, to start working on parts of building the atomic bomb. One of the things, too, in the book is rather interesting is that not were they only locked off from everybody else, but they were locked off from their own people inside the city, and they were even asked to spy on each other.
Really?
Yes.
And nobody knew this was going on except for these women.
Yep. And it's kind of rather interesting because coming out soon is a movie called Manhattan, which is about the project. This is even before that project got to the Manhattan stage. Ooh,
so read this and then go see the movie.
Right.
I like it. Okay. The Girls of Atomic City. The next one, The Boys in the Boat by Daniel Brown, and this is the one you say reads like fiction?
Yes, it really does. It's set during the end of the Depression. It's some boys from the University of Washington, a rowing team, and they go through all sorts of trials and tribulations just to get into school and pay their tuition and things like that. And their goal is to go to the Olympics. And in 1936, we really heard about Jesse Owens at the Olympics. Well, these guys also won a gold medal at the Olympics. And it's kind of interesting reading that book. You know what the ending is going to be, but when they're in their competition, as you're reading it, you're actually breathing along with these guys.
Because you're not sure they're actually going to get there.
Like that. And you know they're going to win, but still it's really
exciting. And weren't expected to either because they were competing against
Germany and Italy, and they were given the roughest place in the rowing to start with. So it was really difficult for them. Obstacles.
That one is on my list. Ike and Dick, if you like political history, this would be a good one.
It's very interesting considering how history could have changed, because at one point after the first election in 1956, Eisenhower actually thought about dumping Nixon as vice president and putting someone else in there. And they had a very icy relationship. A lot of the communications were done through memos, and Eisenhower really did not have a really strong feeling for Nixon. Interesting part in the book, in the 1960 election, Eisenhower was asked in an interview what he thought Nixon had contributed to the Eisenhower administration, and Eisenhower said, "Give me a week and I'll think about something." Okay. So their relationship was not the best, but just think of what would have happened if Nixon would have been dropped as the VP. Watergate, everything else.
Whole different story, maybe. We have just a few seconds for this last one, and that is The Hour of Peril, and the secret plot and murder to murder Lincoln before the Civil War. Right,
and everybody knows, most people know about the assassination at Ford's Theater. This is a whole story. As he was going to his first inauguration, there were threats in Baltimore, Maryland to kill him as he moved from a train to a train. Interesting thing in the book is that they speculate that maybe the whole thing was really kind of cooked up by his friends to make it look more dramatic than it was. So there's still some questions left about it. Was it really an assassination attempt?
Pick up the book at the Brown County Library if you want to learn more about this and all the other titles. We put the whole list that Glenn gave us on our website, fox11online.com. Click on Good Day Wisconsin. Thanks, Glenn.
Thanks a lot, Rachel.
Have a great day.